Brace yourself for an unforgettable ride through the career of a football icon. Sadio Mané's journey from a highly sought-after transfer to Liverpool to a record-breaking move to Bayern Munich is a tale of immense success, triumph, and heartbreak. Join us as we delve into the 6 memorable years that Mané spent at Anfield, where he wrote his name in the history books as a key figure in Liverpool's rise to the top of the international game, and cemented his place as a perennial Ballon d'Or contender. In Jurgen Klopp's debut full preseason at Liverpool in 2016, Sadio Mané was acquired for just £30 million. At Anfield, the Senegalese forward played in 269 games and scored 120 goals. Since moving to Liverpool in 2016 in a £34 million transfer from Southampton, Mané has had a fantastic career. For the Reds, he's won every significant prize, including the FA and Carabao Cup double this season, the UEFA Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. Mané has had a memorable year in addition to helping Senegal win the 2022 World Cup and 2 trophies for his club. Mané scored the game-winning penalty in both the final and playoff victories for Senegal. However, when Sadio Mané was traded for about £25 million to German giants Bayern Munich at the age of 30, and with his contract about to expire, Liverpool chose to cash in and move on from his presence. Liverpool made a significant investment in a young Uruguayan prospect named Darwin Núñez in order to replace the initial gap left by Sadio Mané's departure. It's safe to say that Liverpool hasn't been at their best thus far in 2022-23, due to a disappointing start at Anfield and a roster rife with ailments. Even the joy of adding one of the most exciting attacking players in world football cannot fully make up for his departure, which is an indication of a very excellent player. Liverpool is in this situation right now. Ecstatic with Darwin Núñez's record-breaking arrival, yet saddened by the end of Sadio Mané's brilliant 6 years at Anfield. With Mané's transfer to Bayern Munich, one of the finest front lines in the history of the Premier League is without a crucial member, who's netted 120 goals in 269 appearances to help Liverpool clinch every major prize available. Salah promised to stay at the club after the Champions League final against Real Madrid, but Mané was more evasive and has now pushed Liverpool's hand. His departure serves as somewhat of a capstone to Jurgen Klopp's first stage as a manager, a period in which the team rose to the pinnacle of the international game. Mané was the Germans' first marquee acquisition at Liverpool, moving from Southampton to Merseyside for £34 million in 2016. After 2 seasons away from the Champions League, his 13 goals in his debut season helped Liverpool get back in, opening the door for the incredible run of success that followed. They won the European Championship in just 2 years, and they won the Premiership League for the first time in 30 years 12 months later. Aside from winning the FA and League Cup in 2021 and 22, they've also placed second in the Premier League thrice and finished second in the Champions League twice. Salah and Firmino established one of the best front lines in English football history the summer after Mané moved to the country. In 5 seasons across all competitions, it resulted in 338 goals. Mané's demonstrated positional adaptability during that span, starting on the right in his first season before converting to a left-sided role to make room for Salah, and more recently, dominating in the center. With this trio approaching or already in their 30s, Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz, and the most recent addition of impressive young talent Fabio Carvalho from Fulham, the transition of Liverpool's offensive stable was well underway before Mané's departure. Núñez was acquired by Liverpool prior to the start of the summer transfer season, which was another proactive move, but Mané hasn't exhibited any symptoms of diminishing. Not at all. His performance in the second half of 2021-22 was outstanding, and he contributed more than any other player. In the semi-finals of the Champions League, he scored both at home and away against Villarreal. His goal gained Liverpool a point in the Premier League against Manchester City in April, and his outstanding header kept Liverpool's title hopes alive against Aston Villa the following month. Following his assistance in Senegal's victory at the Africa Cup of Nations in February, he scored 13 goals overall in 27 games, mostly playing as a number 9. In the decisive penalty shootout against Egypt, he made the winning shot. Former Manchester City midfielder Yaya Toure of the Ivory Coast said on BBC World Service, "For the past 4 or 5 years, he's been outstanding." Without intending any offense to Cristiano Ronaldo, Raheem Sterling, Mohamed Salah, Lionel Messi, or any other player who performed superbly, how can you claim that this young man is not among the top 3 candidates for the Ballon d'Or? What makes it possible? He has a lot of trophy wins under his belt. The Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, and League Cup are just a few of Liverpool's current accomplishments. All eyes will be on who joins Mané in leaving Anfield, joining Divock Origi, and Takumi Minamino is now up for grabs. This will strengthen Liverpool's attacking resources. As Mané averages 20 goals a season across all competitions for Liverpool, majority of them well taken, clinical first-time strikes with foot or head, a natural eye for ball is a given in a possible Mané successor. Opta estimates that he should have scored 18.34 goals in the league last year, but he only managed to score 16. His shot efficiency of 16.33% was lesser than some of his colleagues, but on par with teammates Hoda, 16.67, and Salah, 16.67. Mané's extremely alert and quick to spot opportunities and take advantage of them. Along with this, his dribbling and passing skills make him a challenging opponent both inside and outside the box. His strength, speed, and acceleration are big strengths for both his attacking production and what he adds to a squad that enjoys applying heavy frontal pressure. The two players who are closest to Mané in terms of style and efficiency in the winger and forward categories, respectively, are Diaz and Hoda, according to the football statistics website fbref.com. This indicates that Liverpool's comprehensive approach to the market has already paid off. Hoda provided fairly comparable offensive output, 21 goals and 8 assists, a more effective pressing strategy, and the versatility to play anywhere in the forward line. Mané is definitely missed by Liverpool in general, although he would have been particularly helpful in this effort to find a new system, but he can perform every potential attacking position and role. There are consistently remarks that Mané's grubby craftsmanship will be missed. He never stopped working hard, exerting pressure, or putting himself in danger. Liverpool didn't catch that. Salah won't even attempt that. Jota, who's also hurt, is nearest. While his former team lost at Anfield, the 30-year-old Lion of Teranga put up a magnificent performance for the Bavarians. When Liverpool lost 2-1 to Leeds United in the Premier League, following Sadio Mané's performances for Bayern Munich in their 6-2 German League win over Mainz 05, supporters started to blame Liverpool for allowing the forward to depart Anfield. The Senegal international was in excellent form for the Bavarians on Saturday at the Allianz Arena, contributing to 2 goals and scoring one himself. Prior to halftime, he initially assisted Serge Gnabry in scoring the game's first goal in the 5th minute. Before being replaced, the 30-year-old Mané provided the assist for Leon Goretzka's 4th goal. Meanwhile, at Anfield, Liverpool lost to the Peacocks for the 2nd time in a row to drop to the 1st tier. Following a 1-0 loss at Nottingham Forest on October 22, 2022, they suffered a defeat. Due to Liverpool's defeat, many of its supporters have taken to social media to vent their frustrations about the departure of the Lion of Teranga. A football fan reacted by saying, "What has Liverpool changed? Mané got out. They ought to be doing very well if he were bad. They're failing to score and greatly miss him." Mané began Liverpool's trip, and others praised him for it. He was important because he was committed and determined. Sadio Mané carried Liverpool at all times. The 30-year-old faced mouth-watering opposition from DFB Cup champions RB Leipzig in the Super Cup, which would be his first major test in Bayern colors. In a thrilling game, the defending Bundesliga champions prevailed 5-3, with Sadio Mané scoring off a pass from Serge Gnabry to put them ahead early. Good news thus far. A major injury suffered against Bremen on November 8th ended Mané's chances of competing for the World Cup with Senegal, the African champions, despite his form progressively improving. Innsbruck underwent surgery to reattach a tendon to the head of his right fibula, and a rehabilitation regimen got underway. Mané would have been content with his overall performance for Bayern prior to the break, despite the painful heartbreak of missing the finals. Mané's 4th in the Bundesliga in terms of shots on goal, with 43, with Marcus Thuram, 55, Niklas Füllkrug, 46, and Christopher Nkunku, 44, shooting more frequently so far. Only Jamal Musiala and Gnabry have contributed to more goals in the Bundesliga than Mané. Only Alphonso Davies and Musiala have more on-field sprints than Mané, who's 3rd overall. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos about your favorite footballers.